In this session, we're going to discuss setting up an employee expense reimbursement or allowance inside the construction payroll module within Sage Intacct and provide that payment as part of the paycheck during the payroll. So we're going to go into Applications, Construction Payroll, and the first thing we would like to do is set up the pay modifier for those reimbursements. So if you click on System Pay Modifier, we'll click Create New, and you need to give it an identifier. So in this case, let's say the employee is going to get a cell phone allowance each pay period. So if we put an effective date in, 1/1, define the pay category as reimbursement. This pay category knows that it's not part of their gross pay and it's not going to be taxed. And then you need to decide if it's going to be based on a unit or an amount. And in this scenario, we'll do an amount. And if it's a standard amount, you can go ahead and put the amount in here, either a percent or an amount per period. We're going to leave it blank because it's going to vary in this case. Under basic definition, it's going to be based on what's called the time card earnings. You select that by default. And we don't need to report on it anywhere. So we're going to click Save. And that's going to set up our pay modifier to be used during time entry. You can do this two ways. This can be added individually during time card entry by going into time cards, pulling up that week. I'll grab the hourly payroll for that week. Let's say the week of January 7th. I'll view the timesheets. And you'll see that, for example, Dennis Sanford has some time entered in there, 16 hours. So I'm going to expand that. And what you can do is, on one of these days, let's say on Wednesday, you can open up the Wednesday date, and you'll notice a section here in the middle called Reimbursements. So you can select from the list, and you can select the reimbursement. And actually, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do it on one of the days that he already has hours on. So for example, let's grab Monday, open that up with the up arrow, and we've already entered 8 hours for that day. But we're going to come in here and say he also gets a reimbursement, and we'll show you all the available reimbursement pays that you have set up in your system. We're going to give him a cell phone allowance, and the amount's going to be $25. It'll save it, and now you'll notice for Monday, he's getting 8 hours of pay plus a $25 reimbursement. As you process the payroll, that will then show up in his paycheck and add to his total net pay that he's getting on that payroll. Now, if it's a standard amount that is going to be automatically given to an employee each week, you can also set that up in the employee settings under Construction Payroll Employees. And in this case, I believe for Dennis, we set up a per diem, or it could be a cell phone, let's say. Let's grab the cell phone. He's going to get a monthly cell phone allowance, so you're going to click on it. And then in the settings, you're going to pick your effective date. And then under the max per period or percentage, you're going to click on the pencil, and you're going to put in what their monthly cell phone allowance is. And let's say in this scenario, it's $50. You'll come here and click Save. And now what will happen is if you go and process that payroll, you don't have to enter the reimbursement for that week like we did in the first scenario. So if I go into weekly hours here and I select the week ending for January 7th, and I view the timesheets, I'm going to approve that time. So I'm going to approve Dennis's time. And I'm going to click Approve here. And then I'm going to go and generate my payroll for the week by going into Checks. And I'll click the Generate Checks button in the right side. I'll select my pay group, weekly, hourly. I'll select the pay period I'm looking to generate, which is January 7th. I'll click Generate Checks. One check got generated. It's for Dennis. If we click on Dennis, we'll see the details of that check. And now you'll notice there's an automatic cell phone or per diem for $50 that came in from the settings. And then we also has that $25 per diem that we keyed in during time entry. Now, I didn't give them the automatic cell phone because we already had an entry overriding that in the timesheet. That was my mistake. But you can see here we had a per diem set up of $50 that automatically calculated. So now they will get that in their paycheck. And that's all there is to it. Thank you.